Hello and welcome to Property Banter. I'm Tom Baring, coming to you from the Rate My Agent offices. Joining me on the show, Tabitha Robb, buyer's advocate from Beckett Property, Russell Cambridge, director of Biggin & Scott Richmond, and joining us for the first time on the panel, Marty Fox, director and owner of White Fox Real Estate. Now, Marty, I presume you put the Fox in White Fox. Tell us about yourself.
I did. Owner of White Fox, started the business on the 1st of Feb of last year. Been in business for a little bit over a year and a half. We've transacted just under 600 million.
Well, congratulations. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
it's
well
been,
done.
it's been good.
Doing a bit of research, I understand you want to break away from the conservative, boring types of the industry in the real estate business. Have you met Russell?
I have. Very nice man.
We emulate
There's a
each
camaraderie.
other. Emulate each other. Is that right?
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah, I'd make a Winston in
What's
there.
the white?
White was synonymous with Ray White, Marshall White. Knew that there was, a name behind it that was synonymous as well with success. And figured that if I launched, people would think that I was backed by someone. Did a bit more research. The White Fox was very lucky for the Chinese. Knew that the Chinese were big investors in the Melbourne real estate market.
What colour would you choose, Tommy?
The Red Fox.
Is that lucky?
Well, I was thinking more with his name, Baring, red Baring.
No, it's like a bear with a ring. It's a bear with bling. This is where we get into the Tinder spirit and rate the latest real estate headlines. Remember, if we think an article is balanced, well-rounded, and not just a pretty font, we'll swipe right. But if we think it's just a trashy, attention-seeking, style-over-substance hoe of a headline, we'll swipe left. Ready, panel?
Let's go.
First headline. Straddling the tracks, developers look to build above train lines in Melbourne and Sydney.
Look, I think this sort of development's inevitable in any big city across the world. I mean, the article says that it's happening in London. I don't think it will happen in the next 5 years, but I can see it happening in the next 25 years. I mean, we're a large country, and yes, we can sprawl, but that will never take away from the fact people still want to live right near the CBD.
Well, just really quickly, they're talking about, reading the article, building the airspace. Russell, what is the airspace they're talking about?
Well, above railway lines, obviously. So I know that there's a bit of a plan to do some sort of parkland over the top of Jolimont Rail Yards. I think the new mayor that's come in has said that she wants to see parkland near the MCG and Birrong Ma or whatever it's called down there. So that's probably not a bad idea.
But hold on, who owns that airspace? Is that council?
It's VicTrack.
It's VicTrack. So if VicTrack owns it and it's so hard to develop and square metre rates are going through the roof, wouldn't it be quite useful for developers to cut a deal with VicTrack at reduced rates so that the affordability, and maybe they had some scheme where certain buyers qualified to buy that level of stock and actually make it a social thing as opposed to just a money-making scheme?
Do we all want to start building on it, Tabitha?
Yes, I think it's a great idea, and I think it will happen. Not
Will
tomorrow,
happen.
but
I'm a bit
will
longer
happen.
down the track, so am I right?
But everyone's on the right.
Yeah.
Everyone do right? You'll get there, Marty. Next headline. Cladding rectifications to see a huge decrease in property values.
There have been a few sales that we've been looking at that are struggling to sort of get over the line because of this. I don't know if it's affecting the prices so much. We don't have the vendors desperately needing to sell them, but yeah, it's an issue. They've got to sort it out quick smart, basically.
Well, look, to be honest, as a buyer's advocate, I would tell my clients not to even bother touching them because it's such a process to get anything with, over 5 people on board on any one issue.
Well, I think the issue of cladding was thrown into the worldwide news at the Grenfell Tower. It went up in flames in 2017. 72 deaths. The rapid spread of fire was attributed to the building's exterior cladding. In Queensland alone, it's estimated similar cladding was used in 12,000 buildings. So there's obviously, you're telling you'd advise your clients not to touch it, but then what about the people that are already living there?
Well, they better get quick smart and get it rectified, haven't they?
If there's an issue, then you limit your market. Now, if you limit your market, it's supply and demand. If you decrease the demand, then the price has to then change.
Yeah,
Kind of
I know.
like, you don't see that as an
if
issue?
it's all got
Once it's
fixed up,
fixed, surely it's fixed. and you're
I
back.
think there's...
Yeah, I know, but
Can you imagine if you're at a site that goes, hey, we've rectified the cladding here, that's going to be a demand property, isn't it?
But it's sort of like, if you sell in, say, certain suburbs that are flood prone and so forth. Oh yes, it was a once in a 100-year flood. We've rectified all the issues. As soon as the buyer finds out about those things, it still sits in their head.
So Marty, Tabitha, you're right, and Russell,
Yep.
you're staying on the fence left.
Left, long term,
Yeah.
be fine.
Next headline. A repulsive Aussie real estate ad is causing a storm on social media. This is my favourite of the night. Please have a look at it. Here's 2 reasons we'll get you rented on time. Meet Bruce and Gary.
I love her face.
I think that is a funny little ad, and I don't see the fuss. But okay, I'll be proven wrong, but that's humour. That's all right.
This is funny to a degree, but behind closed doors. I don't think it's actually a forward-facing consumer-worthy piece of advertising.
As a landlord, this wouldn't entice me to use these property managers.
Russell, do you like this ad?
I think it's all right, harmless.
Nah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
No.
2 against 1. Majority rules, Russell. You're too
Yeah, it
old
is.
for this game. The Property Tycoon app is the app from RateMyAgent where you can tip on home auction results around Australia and possibly win $5,000. Marty, get on board. Last week the panel tipped on a property, 2 of 2 Monomy Avenue in Hyatt, a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, single-level villa. Marty, care to take a stab?
I reckon that got maybe, 780.
Not a bad guess.
Not a bad guess. That's almost what I picked.
So, should we have a look at our tips? Ooh, Russell. Tabitha.
Ooh,
Mark.
who's Mark?
Gone. 8:30. All right.
Oh no,
Shall we have a look at the auction?
no.
Ladies and gents, we're here to sell this property today. Who would like to start me off with a fair and reasonable bid here for number 2 at 2 Monomy Avenue here in Hyatt?
650.
650, sir. Thank you very much.
800.
800. There we go. 800,000, ladies
Oh,
and gentlemen.
God.
There's your competition there.
Already
Thank you,
ahead
sir.
of
Don't let
us.
him get you there. There's $800,000 here. First call at 800,000. Second call.
Come on, knock it down.
Thank you, sir. 820, 30. Say 20 here, 830. First call at $820,000.
Ooh, I'm looking good here.
Second call at $820,000. Third and final call. You all done. 835, 840. Ain't you sure? 835. Ladies
These
and
little
gentlemen,
villa
our market
units
is
are such great
$835,000.
buys. They're
We
really,
will be
really
selling
good.
the property. If you're here to buy, this is the time to let me know. First call at 835. Second call at $835,000 for number 2 at 2. Third and final call. I'm selling. Sold.
Oh, congratulations to the 3 of us.
know.
Sorry, Tab. Russell obviously is still winning. He's decided that he's going, if he does win, take it out at the very end. He's going to donate the $5,000 to the charity Heart Kids. Is that
Correct, yeah.
And congratulations also on our weekly gold class tickets winner. But considering that you haven't had a win in a while, why don't you take us to the next property?
Absolutely. I've chosen a great one down in Morty Alec. One at 41 Elliott Street. So jump on the app, check
Alrighty.
it out, have a look.
You
So
just
it's
made me download it.
Yep, I have. So it's quoted 850 to 930. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1
Wow.
off-street car park. Alex Pearson is doing this one from Ray White. So place your tips. Don't forget, a massive prize at the end to win $5,000. And we don't want Russ to win, so jump on board.
You don't want to give to the Heart Kids.
We don't want him
don't
to
want
have
him
the
to win.
bragging rights.
Tab's back to high 5 house highlights from Starkitects right around the world. Tab, what's in your Python skin portfolio this week?
Well, I want to take a look at the world's most expensive home, Antilia, located in Mumbai. This is 27 floors and no floor is the same. Every floor is the same height as an average 2-story building. It's owned by the richest man in India, Mukesh Ambani.
Is it
Get
funny that
real.
his name is Mukesh? Like more cash? That's funny.
That is very funny.
More cash.
Okay.
More cash.
Multiple swimming pools with panoramic views to the Arabian Sea. 3 helipads, because one's not good enough, on the roof. 9 super fast elevators, a ballroom, an ice cream parlour, obviously likes his ice cream, and a whole level devoted to health and a 4-story garden with temples. Best of all, there is a dedicated snow room where the walls spit out man-made snowflakes to beat the heat.
You know what the worst thing about this? This is honest. I've never been to the snow. I've never touched snow in my entire life.
Go stick your hand in the freezer.
With social media now the weapon of choice of so many business marketing campaigns, just how is it being deployed by the real estate industry? Do home buyers search for properties on Instagram, watch house tours on YouTube, or head to Facebook to find an agent? Russell, you're the director of one of Melbourne's busiest real estate agents. Where does Biggin and Scott stand?
Oh, it's very important to our business, Tommy. We do a lot of publicity through social media. We think it's fantastic. We like to promote things slightly differently to the mainstream. We don't just market houses or new listings.
I think it's a great profile building tool. I mean, there's so many eyeballs on social media, Facebook, Instagram nowadays. Why not leverage it?
The best
Build
part
your
of that is
brand.
that you can actually target people through it. You know, through realestate.com and domain, you actually can't target a particular buyer.
Demographic. Yeah.
Whereas with social, you can really target in on who you want that asset to be in front of. And I think that's a very powerful tool, and if you're not using it in today's day and age, then you are 50
Behind.
steps behind, and you've got a long way to catch up.
Whether or not it sells real estate, I think that's up for debate. You have 7,000 followers. A lot of the average Joe real estate agents have about 7, including their mum. And, you know, there's no buyers on that, and they're not selling property that way. And if they're telling vendors they're selling property that way, they're lying.
No, we might be
It's a
very honest
fine line
about
though
it.
with the social media, because if the things that you're doing off social media aren't good, if you're not doing the deals, then your social media stinks.
Can you
Correct?
sum up your own strategy at White Fox? Because it is different to what we usually do.
So it has to be a mix of lifestyle. For us, it's cars, it's art, it's property, it's the funny boards that go up, which are thought-provoking. It can't just be all property.
Do these funny boards go on sale properties, or do they go on to lease properties? Where do you put these boards?
So if a property gets sold, obviously the sold sticker goes up. That's one bit of content that you can leverage. And then it's followed up with a text board. So, you know, it's all about just being very fresh and just, again, it's
Be
not just a
creative.
lease board or a sold board, but it's about leveraging what you can. I would much rather put up a creative post than stomp the pavement and burn 3 hours doing a letterbox drop.
Yeah.
I'll get in front of more eyeballs while they're relaxing on the couch.
With
as
a snappy
oppo-
board.
Exactly. And I think that is worth the $300 or $400 that it costs every time. We have an advisory team for our social media. It's a big part of the business.
Our brand has been around for many, many years. We're not building a new brand.
Yeah.
We're keeping up with the times, obviously use social media, but we still use a lot of the Main Street stuff as well. So we're not trying to get our name out there. It is out there.
Actually, you were kind of doing Marty Fox
Yeah, we had the
advertising
rope,
before.
pulling in better prices. Broome, we finally got him working rather than just auctioning on Saturday. We had the bow and arrow, we love Richmond.
Abbotsford.
We had us driving in a taxi, we know these streets better than the taxi drivers. We had them all.
The results are in. The DNA test matches.
You my dad. Marty Cambridge.
As we head off to work every day, we are left with one lingering question. What the hell do our pets get up to? Of course, we know with cats that they plot our murders. Methodically, cruelly, one tiny needle claw at a time. Dogs? Well, they're a different story.
And the dog's not a real estate agent.
All real estate agents are dogs, though. Loving it. See, you can't control a dog.
This is what most buyers do come settlement day.
That's what Russell does when he sells a house. He stays in there.
Go on, do it. Do it!
Took a little swipe there.
So who's the banana?
The cat?
I'm with the cat.
The cat?
I reckon the dog's a banana.
The dog's the banana. The dog's just free. It's the owner who tried to tell the dog what to do and the dog showed him who's boss. That's our banana of the week. Don't try to control the dog. Boom! I'll do the effects. And that's your show for this week. And now look for us on Facebook and then Instagram. Thanks, Mr. Fox. How was it?
That was very good. Not a bad bunch.
Yeah, it was all right. Would you care to get a little Instagram with us?
Of course.
All right, good. Not you, old man.
All the young
The
ones.
future is now.
Actually, you get him to take the photo.
Take the photo
No,
for me.
like
Take the photo for me.
Fuck it.
Take the photo for me.
I'm photo bombing.
No? No, all right, we'll get it in there. See you next week. All right, hey, Tabitha, can you laugh less funny? Beautiful. My personal financial situation is a charity I'll be donating. After, though, I might have a start-up charity, Hearing Ear Dogs to the Deaf.